Hi everyone, I recently came across this story. It actually goes back to like 2010 I believe, and as with most things in the press, I got a few problems with it. It doesn't quite sit right. Canadian journalist tells horrible stories of torture, rape over 15-month ordeal in Somalia. This is Amanda Lindhout, who, along with her kind of boyfriend, kind of colleague, they haven't worked that out yet, were both kidnapped in Somalia and held for 15 months until a ransom was raised using crowdfunding, and they've now decided to bring it back up, just remind everyone, give them both a bit of publicity. Like I said, parts of the story don't sound quite right. One thing that keeps coming up is, as always, the numbers. 15, for some reason keeps coming up. 15-month ordeal. The ransom was for 1.5 million. Main negotiator, the man who had orchestrated the kidnapping of the ransom, Ali Omar Adder, that snake Adder, was sentenced to 15 years in jail. So for whatever reason, 15 keeps coming up. How you'd expect someone to appear after going through such an ordeal, and how they talk about it, compared to what you actually get, never quite matches. First people we'll look at is Amanda and her mother. Now listen to this woman talking. She was repeatedly raped for 15 months, okay? Listen how happily she talks about this.
It was confronting in a way, reading the actual literal interactions between my mom and the man that I knew as Adam, to really understand like what a bizarre reality she was living.
Bizarre reality, you got that right. Look at what's going on with this guy's ears, very straight edges. Terrible picture as always, but anyway, let's let him carry on.
It was also new to me, a lot of it. And even though, yes, we have had countless conversations over the years about our individual experiences, to see it all put together like that, the incredible use of transcripts, like as my mom was able to piece together this amazing story of courage and hope. I mean, it was our story, her story, and one that I knew, and yet I found myself deeply moved, surprised yet again at the resiliency that like she holds, that represents, I think, what we all have inside of us.
Nice plug here for the mother's book. They all did books, by the way. Anyone who had a part in this story got a book deal.
The ability to get through the impossible.
Tell me a little bit about getting a call where...
Right, the mother, look at that big smile on her face, okay? And now see how quickly she snaps into sad mother mode.
Somebody, your daughter, is pleading for her life, they're torturing me.
Oh. Look at that smile. There you go, big smile. Her daughter's pleading for her life.
It's a hard one to talk about.
Great acting.
Was extremely distressful, of course. I was able to say what I needed to say without breaking down while I was on the call, but after the call, I had to make another call, and then after that, I started throwing up and just found myself on the floor. It was really difficult.
Body language, look at her hands. Is this the hands of somebody who's being open and honest? Watch how they fidget.
But then I realized I had to get myself back up and continue to fight for her to come home.
Right, that's enough of this nonsense. We'll go on to Amanda's kind of boyfriend. In some cases they say it's her boyfriend, in others they are not so clear. Here he is.
So I'm here with Nigel Brennan, who has written a memoir called The Price of Life, which was published in June 2011. Nigel is a photographer, and does say he's not a writer, but he has written this book, and it details the experiences he had in Somalia in captivity. So Nigel, welcome. Thank you for talking to me. Could you tell me a little bit about why you chose to write your story?
For me, the book was more a cathartic purpose. So probably a selfish reason in some respects, but during captivity, obviously went through 462 days of not allowing myself to feel any emotion, because I was obviously terrified about having a mental breakdown. So coming home, I did a lot of work with a psychologist when I got back to where my parents lived, and she just suggests that I actually write something down for my own historical purpose.
Get ready, he's going to give something away with a smile here about his real reasons for writing the book.
And then I thought about it and talked with my sister, who was heavily involved with getting me home, and my sister-in-law about the possibility of the three of us writing a book together. So certainly didn't write the book for monetary gain, because
See that? Certainly didn't write the book for monetary gain, big smile.
you don't make money out of books, or most authors don't make a lot of money out of writing a book, but
Yeah, like I say, the story is very bizarre. We'll read about an attempted escape that they did, and again, see if it makes sense to you. Very weird. Also, how they were even captured. Right, they also claim that they were there for humanitarian reasons, but then actually they were there as journalists and photographers. So again, that doesn't make sense. Right, we were going to an internally displaced people's camp. That was going to be the big story that we were in Somalia for. We were on a big open highway road, and we see a car pull over off to the side up ahead. Within minutes, what was unfolded was like something out of a nightmare. So there was about a dozen armed men who had been hiding behind that parked car, and the next thing I knew, I'd been abducted. Now, so you see a car pulled over, and what, they managed to... You're on a big open highway, can't you just drive around them? I don't get that bit. Anyway, let's read their brave attempt to escape. Then, after 5 months, Lindhout and Brennan attempted to escape. The pair managed to loosen several bricks and jump out of a window before fleeing in a nearby crowded mosque, only to be pursued by their armed captors. Now, what's the point in loosening several bricks if you're then just going to jump out the window? Again, that bit doesn't make sense. And she then tells a story about how in the mosque a woman tried to rescue her, but they didn't. The story is very horrible. It's a disgusting story, one made even worse when you think, could these people be making it up? Because, like I say, there's something not quite right about Amanda. She doesn't look... There's something not good about this woman. There's something not good about this entire story. I don't actually remember it when it originally happened, although I might have heard of it, back in 2011, 2010, even before that. But of course they used, and have used since, public funding, getting money out of people, and if they're doing that based on a fictional story, let's look at Amanda's webpage. She creates intimacy with the women and men in the room through her emotional, powerful storytelling. Yeah, you got that right. Her tale. Yeah, it is a tale. A tall tale at that. Guys, don't be fooled by the news. There's very little of it is ever true. Very little of it is worth reading. Now, if any of you have got any comments or questions on this, I would love to hear it. And as always, thank you for watching.